There's something magical about creating a character for a game. It lets you explore aspects of yourself that you may be curious about, or whose heroic qualities we wish to see in ourselves. One of the reasons I love role-playing games so much is that I can transform from boring, typical me to Zerael Stormwind, Barbarian and Guildmaster of the Iron Brotherhood. First of his name, descendant of the great King Endo, the tickler of the keys and the breaker of knees. On this third week of my 6-month health journey, I'm going to be talking about how you can create a heroic alter ego to find your signature character strengths, which are the heroic qualities that are core to who you are. Ready to get started? Let's get fortified. Welcome back, adventurer, or welcome for the first time. If you don't already know me, my name is Dr. Salvador Ribeiro. I'm a physical therapist and artificer here at Fortify Strength. If you aren't familiar with this little 6-month experiment of mine, you can check right here to see what I'm doing. Today, I'm going to be talking to you as Zerael Stormwind, my heroic alter ego. A lot of the ideas I'm going over are from Dr. Jane McGonigal's book, Super Better. So definitely check that out if you want more information on how to use game mechanics to improve your life. On this 6-month journey, I wanted to explore different ways that we can add story and narrative to our lives to help us get healthier. So with that said, why make a heroic alter ego? What benefit can it possibly bring me? Adopting an alter ego can help bring focus on your signature character strengths. These are the heroic qualities that are core to who you are. These differ from person to person. They may be things like creativity, curiosity, love of learning, humor, and teamwork. In fact, these are the 5 virtues that I feel come naturally to me and give me extreme fulfillment when I exercise and work at them. According to Dr. Martin Seligman and Dr. Christopher Peterson, who are 2 of the premier experts studying happiness and well-being, these strengths will determine how you best cope with adversity and what values will bring you the greatest joy and satisfaction in your life. They studied over 100 cultures around the world and over 150,000 subjects in order to create a list of virtues that bring happiness and increased resiliency every time we use them. I put the link down below to help you find yours from the 24 that they studied. Now, these aren't superficial skills or talents. These are ideals that speak to the deepest levels of who we are. These are the things we cherish the most. They bring meaning and purpose to our lives. Now, when I help my players create new characters, one of the questions I ask them is, what does your character want? And no, it can't just be to sit on a throne of riches and to hear the lamentations of women as your enemies scatter before you. No, it needs to be an ideal. Something that really speaks to the heart of what your character wants in their life. For example, one of my players' characters is a druid who has an intense curiosity for nature. That curiosity is an ideal that not only shapes that character's journey, but the player's journey as well. She shared that her character motivations have bled into her real-life ones. While she did gardening before, it was only after she created Sapili, her druid, that she garnered this intense curiosity for native plants and how to combat invasive species. Similarly, my alter ego, Zerael Stormwind, is someone who lives his life through bringing allies together for a common cause, studying the past, and solving problems through thinking out of the box. He does this all without taking himself too seriously and keeping things light. As I face the numerous temptations and challenges over the next 6 months, I really feel that channeling Zerael and all his ideals will help give me perspective whenever I'm faced with a difficult situation. Now it's time for you to make your own alter ego. Let's start with finding our inspirations. These are people or characters who, for whatever reason, we're drawn to. I want you to go crazy with this and narrow it down to your top 5. We are all drawn to different stories. The ones that resonate with us, they tell a lot about our own heroic qualities. Typically, we look up to heroes who embody the strengths that we have the potential to develop, even if you don't feel like you've done anything heroic so far. So pause the video and write down the answer to this question. Who are your 5 top heroes? Really think of the ones that inspire you to work harder. Think of the characters who, if you had their powers, could allow you to do anything. Which heroes are living the life you want to live? Remember, these could be anyone really. They could be sports figures, historical figures, or heroes in comics, films, or literature. Use your D&D character, that's what I did. Now that we got these characters, let's find our signature character strengths. Remember, these are the heroic qualities that we all have inside of us that come easily to us and bring us satisfaction and fulfillment when we exercise them. For your next quest, I want you to click the link below, find which of the 24 strengths identified by Dr. Seligman and Peterson that stand out to you and describe you the best. Pause right here and go do that. Did you do it? Please tell me that you did it. Look, my DM had some wise words for me when I first started playing D&D. You don't have epic moments hiding in a broom closet. So go out there and go do something. So assuming you now have your character strengths, let's actually name and create your alter ego. Now, there's a lot of ways to create your character. There's not really a wrong way, really, but here is some ideas that will help get you on your way. 1. You can look at your top hero list and give yourself a name befitting or inspired by one of these heroes. You can just call yourself Conan the Barbarian, but I think it helps if you customize it and make it your own. Be Bonan the Barbarian, as one of my previous players did. Great character. 2. Give yourself a title. You can be Jane, first of her name, Queen of the Andals, the Roiner and the First Men, Lady of the Seven Kingdoms and Protectors of the Realm, Lady of Dragonstone, Queen of Marine, Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, the Unburnt, Breaker of Chains, and Mother of Dragons. Or you can be Jon Snow. You can also pick a middle name like Sal, the Hammer, Abura, or an adjective like Jim the Invincible, or Pam, the Extremely Likeable. You could even use something like an online name generator that could come up with heroic names for you. This is what I do for a lot of my games and have gotten some really great gems like Snivelly Pinkbot. Don't use that one, that's mine. All right, got a name? Let's put it all together and construct our character. Answer these questions along with me. Do it. Grab a pen. I know you're just watching me right now, talking, still talking, no pen in hand. Come on, man, this is getting, are you doing it? Okay, come on, write this down. What is your heroic alter ego's name? What are their strengths, their superpowers, virtues, or special abilities? Got it? That's it. You got your alter ego. Now, before we go, let's start using it right now. Here are some things you can start with. 1. You can create some sort of visual reminder for your character. You can find an image online or someone or something that really represents what your character is all about. One of my players actually got their character commissioned by an artist. You can do this digitally or you can print it out and put it in a frame. Just have it somewhere that you look often in order to remind you of your alter ego. Number 2, create a phrase that will have you leap into action when you say it. I know this is an old phrase, but up, up, and away. You know, that's a good one. I personally like, do your worst. I will do mine. You know, I'm dramatic, that's why. Number 3, make something you can wear that represents your alter ego. It could be a pair of glasses that you use to empower you. It could be a bracelet that activates your ancient Amazonian powers. Make it something special that you can use as a talisman of strength when you need it most. Number 4, grab some heroic quotes. For example, if you base your character off someone historic, you can collect some of their quotes and put them around where you can see them or otherwise be inspired by them. For example, I keep a line from the movie 300 on one of my planners. If you remember the scene, it's when Leonidas is talking to some of the Arcadians who, are coming to help at Thermopylae. He goes to one man and asks him, "You, what is your profession?" And he says, "Well, I'm a potter." Then he does it again. He says, "You, what is your profession?" And he goes, "I don't know, I'm a baker, I guess." Finally, he looks to his man and he goes, "Spartans, what is your profession?" All the spit coming out, and they all hold their spears up in unison. That's epic. 5, use them in games like D&D. This is essentially what role-playing games are, and this is why I love them so much. They have so much power in being able to get you to connect with a set of ideals and give context to your real-life goals. Create story in-game, which can act as inspiration out of game when you need them. Finally, share your secret heroic alter ego with someone you trust. This not only gives you a boost, it also strengthens the relationship you have with this person because they're taking part in something that really matters to you. So, you've hopefully made your alter ego and have some concrete strategies for how to start benefiting from it right away. What they've found is that people who make it a daily habit to think about their alter ego experience 3 main benefits. Number 1, they are more successful. A study found that individuals were significantly more likely to succeed on 3-month goals if they first made a list of their character strengths and purposely applied them to their challenge. Number 2, they're happier. An experiment looking for methods to improve overall well-being found that creating a list of character strengths was the most effective intervention. People who did this were much happier at the end of a 6-month period. And number 3, they are more resilient in dealing with illness, injury, and disability. This includes things like arthritis, cancer, chronic pain, substance abuse, and PTSD. Studies found that the more people thought about their strengths while dealing with these issues, the more social, productive, and satisfied they ended up being. In particular, the strengths of bravery, kindness, humor, appreciation of beauty, and love of learning help deal with these issues the most. So, these would be good choices to cultivate if you're dealing with that sort of thing. Look, this isn't a magic bullet. Making your alter ego won't make your problems magically disappear. What it can do, however, is change our perspective, and that's super powerful. Rather than focus on our weaknesses, focusing on our strengths has an effect of giving us hope and resilience. So, join me as I use my heroic character strengths and my alter ego on my quest to get better health. That's it for this week's update. I've noticed that I've been getting some cravings for certain foods, but rather than outright ignore or deny them, I'm starting to ask myself how and if I can enjoy them mindfully. It's been pretty effective, I'll say. I've also updated the link below for the outcome measures I'm using, so definitely check those out. If you want to continue to follow me on this 6-month journey, you know what to do. Subscribe. Or join our Discord. See you next week. And until then, always remember, fortify strength.